This is the reason why Biafra people or people agitating for Biafra is labeled as a terrorist group in Nigeria. Now let's talk about it. Ndị Igbo daalụkwanụ. Asị na ọ na-eme kwuru ife akwụdebe ya maka na ofu isi adịrị eme ọhịa. Ọ bụ na your first time you na-abata na this channel, please subscribe to this channel because we have a lot to talk about. Today, the most important thing we have to talk about today is about the arising issue of Biafra agitation in Nigeria. If I could remember, according to the rule of international law, everybody have a right to strike. But once you enforce other people to strike, it means you are terrorizing other people's life. This is the reason why Biafra people or people agitating for Biafra is labeled as a terrorist group in Nigeria. Now let's talk about it. I am very much aware that every Monday that our people don't go to work, they don't go to their businesses because of people forcing them to sit at home. That is terrorism, to my understanding. Because my life, I have a key to control my life. That is what is called democracy. So when you deny me that access for my right, it means you are terrorizing my own freedom. I'm not saying you should not fight for your whatever freedom you are fighting or the marginalization happening in Nigeria, but you must do it in a proper way. You know, some people, they said lately, I am no longer preaching about the coming of Christ. What could be the reason? I said to them, it's only when a person wake up is his own morning time. If I could remember, when Jesus Christ, according to the Bible, the Christians read, when Jesus Christ came here on earth, it says to understand that Jesus Christ was focusing on looking for followers. On the process of looking for followers, he managed to get enough followers, and then he started preaching and condemning other people. In the life we live, you don't condemn people. Even if you have to condemn people for you to gain more followers, you must be strategic by minding your own business. Jesus Christ was killed and crucified because he was condemning the ruling government, telling them everything they are doing is totally wrong. The reason why I use Jesus Christ as an example is because it's wrong for a person who is not a political member or in any political organization using his followers instigating violence in the communities. So many people come to social media, using social media to instigate crimes and violence in Ali Igbo today. But when you look at them, some of the times you see them celebrating 100,000 followers on Facebook. They will be congratulating themselves, saying, thank you, my fans. I have reached 100,000 followers. I have reached 200,000 followers. What is that supposed to tell you? It's to tell you these people, they are using the social media, instigating violence just to gain followers. Now, you that is following them left and right, it seems like you don't know what you want. It seems like you are being a user. It seems like you have lost direction. It seems like you are the main problem of Nigeria. I'm not going to say this repeatedly. I'm going to say it once off. But I want you to understand a very big point here. The point is that when Jesus Christ came here on earth, His main focus was followers. We Africans, or we human beings, to our understanding, we started realizing that all this thing of social media followers just recently, when we start noticing that social media can pay. But before social media was here, I want you to understand that popularity has a lot of value. Being popular has a lot of value, different kinds of value in social media and outside the social media. When Jesus Christ came here, start looking for followers, that was before social media. But what I'm trying to tell you is that popularity has values outside social media and inside social media. Starting from the beginning, starting from the one when the word was whatever, you know. So it baffles me a lot. Look at this page. Just look at it. This person celebrated 70,000 followers on Facebook. This person, when you check, most of the videos he posts and most of the things he preach is about instigating violence, praising people who terrorize the community. You are depriving ordinary citizens their right. You are depriving private investors, foreign investors, even just ordinary foreigners who came to our country to enjoy Nigeria with them. We are depriving them their right. The freedom of life says that you have a right to strike, but you cannot place a strike in the expense of disturbing other people's movement. When you strike and block the road that no one should pass the road, it means you are instigating violence. When you strike and place orders that no one should come out of their house to go to work, a person who is not a member of your organization, you are instigating violence. This is the reason why Biafra is labeled as a terrorist group. Now let's talk about Biafra itself. Someone asked me, you see all these things Nnamdi Kanu is doing and Simon Ekpa, whatever they are doing, they can do it. I don't have a problem with that. This thing of Nnamdi Kanu saying he wants Nigeria to be divided into two and they give him one. A person who have a brain can never do that. I'm not saying Nnamdi Kanu doesn't have a brain, but a person who is very calculative can never do that. Do you know why I'm saying it? Someone like me cannot come tomorrow convincing you to follow me because I'm going to be your Messiah. No one is going to be your Messiah. So let me remove this cap so you can understand me. I want you to understand very proper that freedom you are fighting for, you must be free from your mind. A free mind, by the time you are fighting for a freedom, but your mind is dumb, you can never be free from the bondage you are looking for. So the first thing you have to do is to understand what freedom is all about in your mind. Now I want you to understand what freedom is all about. Freedom requires you to understand that life is a personal race. You must liberate yourself if you see a reason to liberate yourself. No one is coming to this life to save you. You see that thing of people saying heavenly race is a personal race. They lied to you. The personal race they are referring to when they talk about heavenly race is life. Life is once, you only live it once. So, but the only way to make it right is to live right. Someone once asked me my take with Biafra agitation, if I should join all those things of preaching online just to deceive people, because I call it deceiving people. What is my take? I said to him, Biafra agitation did not start today. It's something that was initiated by Ojukwu. So if I have to consider joining that crew of people coming to social media to deceive others, it means I must ask myself, what is Biafra? Biafra was initiated by Ojukwu and his crew members. Ojukwu led millions of Igbos to a war and he regretted it. The reason why I said he regretted it because he apologized. After he apologized, he signed an oath that says any day he comes up start preaching against Nigeria with the name Biafra again, they must kill him. That is when Biafra was buried. So when the person asked me that question, I was like, if I am to lead my Igbos, my Igbo people, if I am to lead Igbo people seeking for a freedom from Nigeria, I'm going to use a name called Arinze as a country because my name is Arinze. I cannot name something that I'm fighting for in another person's name. It's not possible. I can't do that. I'm a human being. Everybody is fighting for a legacy. So the legacy that I should be fighting for should be under my name, not in another person's name. I don't know who is Biafra. If I am to fight saying I want Nigeria to be divided into two and they should give me one, Ojukwu already buried the word called Biafra. He gave birth to that name, and that name he buried it. He signed an oath that says, any day I come out telling people about Biafra, kill me. He signed this oath after spending 12 years in Ivory Coast. He came back to Nigeria and apologized and signed the oath. Until Ojukwu died, he never for one day again preached Biafra. What he did was to form a political party to join the crew of fixing Nigeria. So if you are to fight for a freedom, the freedom a person who wants you to live a better fight should be fighting for is economic freedom. You come on social media preaching nonsense, threatening the society with many kinds of way, threatening the society, you will do that, you will do this and this and that. That is totally wrong. That is totally wrong. If you are to fight for a freedom for the poor, fight for economic freedom. Some time ago, I had an interview. I was asked a question, my intention of trying to be popular or trying to gain people's audience on social media. What is my intention? I said to that person, I want to have the capacity to transform the African economy so that the difference between the poor and the rich will no longer be too much. And then the person asked me, how am I going to do that? I said to that person, because there is nothing like middle class in Africa. So I'm going to manage and introduce the middle class, standard middle class in the whole Africa by myself. The person asked me how I'm going to do it. I said, okay, I'm going to build ecosystem. The ecosystem I'm going to build is more like an economic freedom, not fighting for a division of a country. Well, the point I want you to understand is this: the more you encourage or you follow or comment positively to people who use their social media handles to instigate violence, the more you as the poor is losing. Because on Monday, if you are to go to work to go and make 100 naira to eat food, you will stay at home because you are being scared, you are fearing, right? Tomorrow, when one or two person is going to court to attend their cases, they place order saying you should not go to work, and you listen. Those people doing those things using their social media handles is one of the people that you should stay away from on social media. They must use their social media handles to do something positive, something that will contribute good energy to the society towards our economic growth. I do say it more often, but the challenge is that the people you are speaking to don't understand the language. Who are the people I'm talking about? The poor. I don't know why the poor always believe that there is a Messiah who will come from somewhere and rescue them. There is no such. Even Jesus Christ cannot rescue you from your poverty. Anybody who promises you heaven on earth, the person must be lying. Even the Bible, the Christians read, says, let thy kingdom come as it is in heaven. How is the kingdom? How do you think the kingdom is going to come here on earth? Do you think the cloud or whatever will open and then the kingdom come? No. For the kingdom to come here on earth is for you to smell money. It's for you to smell riches. It's for you to smell wealth. It's for you to smell the goodness of the universe. When you start thinking like, I think this year I need to travel like 10 countries. You have money to process all of it, you do it. Next year, I think I want to build a conference. Whatever you want or you need, you just do it. That is the kingdom arriving in your life. So, but that liberation you are waiting for, so for someone to come and rescue you from Nigeria, my brother, Nigeria is better than many countries. As we are speaking, 1 liter of petrol, 1 liter of fuel is 1,000 naira. Ask yourself, how much is 1,000 naira in dollar? 1,000 naira in dollar, sorry, is almost equivalent to $1. Ask people using dollar how much, or people living in US or whatever, how much they are buying 1 liter of petrol. So you can understand that Nigeria is very nice. In Southern Africa, they buy 1 liter of fuel equivalent to 3,000 naira for the past 3 or 4 years. I remember when I visited South Africa, we stopped at the garage where they are selling petrol to buy petrol. We bought petrol for 27 rand. 27 rand is almost equivalent to 3,000 naira, just 1 liter. And you are buying 1 liter in Nigeria, 1,000. People living in abroad, in some countries where they pay house rent monthly, ask them the struggle. Nigeria is not that difficult country, but what is killing Nigeria is that the people who have access to money choose to be living luxurious life instead of contributing to the economy. How do you contribute to economy? The money you spend, maybe 400 million to buy a car, 300 million to buy a car. When you use that money to invest it into a big business, there is possibility that business can at least accumulate more than 1,000 employees. When there is 1,000 businesses like that, employed 1,000 workers, it means there is 1 million job creation. All those people who go around listening to whoever coming to rescue them from Nigeria to give them a freedom of their own country, let's assume now they get employed, they get a job, and there is a policy of the job. If you miss coming to work on Monday with no good reason, they fire you at work. On Monday, you'll be forced to go to work. So when a person using his social media to instigate violence or sit at home or whatever, and your employer said you must come to work, who are you gonna listen to? The person bringing food in your table is the person you are going to listen to. So, but the people who I have to blame is the people who have access to money, who is failing to invest in Nigeria. But you do know the cause, the reason why they don't want to invest their properties in Nigeria is because you are following the wrong people, causing violence there and there. No rich man wants to invest his business, wants to invest his money where it's not profitable. Every rich man have intention to invest, but that rich man wants a return. You cannot invest 5 million into a business and then you don't see the money coming back, benefit, all those profit. No, you will close down the business. The whole eastern Nigeria have turned to a ghost land. The reason why most people now, when they want to invest into 1 or 2 business, they go to Lagos because there is no restrictions. People have democracy in Lagos. There is human rights existing in Lagos. You can't come to Lagos and say there will be a shutdown on Monday, everyone should go to work. It won't happen. So, but due to the lack of your mentality, made you to be following wrong people, and you choose to be praising them, it makes our home, Eastern Nigeria, to become a ghost area. All the businesses run away. I see some people sometimes they celebrate, they start life again with 20 pounds or 30 pounds after Nigerian civil war. But the question they fail to ask themselves, who lead you to that civil war? All these things are things that when you read and understand and analyze it proper, you will see a reason to understand that people just want to be popular with different values. Those who don't have a career, who doesn't know what to do with their popularity, they chase Facebook money, YouTube money, all those kind of things, you know. But those who understand the power of popularity, the value, they use it to do profitable things, promotion of businesses. Look at somebody like Obi Kubana and many others. They focus on promotion of businesses. Some of the business they promote is not their own. They are just showing their face, telling people they are this and this and this and that. It's not, some of the businesses are not their own. I promise you. Go and verify. When you gain popularity, using the value, understanding the value is the only way you can have the revenue you are looking for. Not using it to instigate violence like whatever that guy from, what is his name? From Finland or whatever, I don't remember his name. So what I'm trying to say, my fellow Igbo brothers, I am Igbo. You know, I say, Naziza Dinuku Adere Kwembaji. But in Hemere Eji Emewa ya attack wo Aibia Ayekure because of we are divided. Where those attack and everything divide ourselves. We don't know why. When someone said the truth, because you are chasing clown. What you are chasing can never happen. Nobody on this planet Earth can give you what you are chasing for. I promise you. There is this particular question I want you to ask yourself. If you are to divide Nigeria, I want you to understand this. You go to court. You are the president of Nigeria. Let's say you are Tinubu. You tell the Igbos, come, let's divide Nigeria. When you divide Nigeria, the other country, let's say the name of the other country is Imo. I'm not going to use that name because that name is buried. Let's say they divided Nigeria now. Tinubu divided Nigeria into 2. The name of the other country is Imo. Tinubu must tell Imo where they are going to stay. Tinubu must give Imo enough resources. Tinubu must make sure Imo they can afford living before Tinubu can leave them alone. They will be independent but partially dependent because they need to grow. Let's say your father see that you have reached like 18 years and your father will be like, hey my son, take this 1 million, go and start up something. Your father is settling you, right? You start. Tomorrow, when you still need help, you can still come back to him and say, Father, I need advice. I put money in this business. Is not giving me the kind of profit that I want. How do I go about it? He will give you guidelines. Any country that separates from each other without the right process can never survive. Go and check, go and verify. You can never survive. Don't forget to subscribe on this channel. You see this very channel? This very channel is the only channel that can help you to liberate yourself from poverty. This channel is the only channel that can give you direction on how to be a millionaire or finding out what your career looks like. So you own yourself this particular subscription, because once we do any video related with self-development, you will get notification and watch the video. After watching the video, I believe there is a keynote you will understand about self-development. Don't forget the value of popularity, and don't let others use you to instigate violence because they just want to be popular. Thank you.